Did you know that you can buy Bitcoin without putting actual money? That's right. Even if you don't have US dollar or thousands of lakhs of rupees, INR rupees, you could still buy Bitcoin. And that's one of the reasons why this space is so scary. So let me explain what exactly I'm talking about. You see, today Bitcoin is not just traded against US dollar or INR, right? The Bitcoin is traded against so many so-called cryptocurrencies, which I'm not sure whether they're actually cryptocurrencies. See, the idea of cryptocurrency was that you don't have to trust a group of people or an individual, and you could trust a math, a decentralized structure. You could trust math, and that was what the idea of Bitcoin was. So I'm not sure if Satoshi Nakamoto was alive and if he was around, or I don't know if he's around already, and if you can see where the cryptocurrency space has grown. I'm not sure if he really likes the idea of so many cryptocurrencies out there. And the scary part is they are all traded against each other. So what I'm really talking about is the recent example of Bitfinex. If you see the Bitfinex there was recent news that how Bitfinex actually managed to manipulate the Bitcoin price to $19,000. So what actually they were doing is they printed this USDT tether and they bought all these Bitcoin. Now, if you look at the USDT tether, they say that it's backed by $1, but it was all printed out of thin air. They got subpoena from the US regulatory authorities. So it's not still clear if they actually have got the US dollar. But that's not really the case with the Bitfinex. I mean, this is something that everyone is trying to do. Everyone is trying to create their own currency. And see, this is where the most of the risk comes from. Now, if you talk about the gold today, let's say if you want to buy gold, that's what we call Bitcoin as a gold. That if you wanted to buy gold today, nobody is going to sell their gold to you if you don't give them a fiat INR or US dollar, right? You would not sell your gold for their some other thing which does not have value, right? But that's not the case with really Bitcoin. I mean, people are trading and buying and selling Bitcoins with all these different cryptocurrencies out there, right? And some of these cryptocurrencies have absolutely no value. Like I said, I'll repeat this once again. The idea of cryptocurrencies was where you don't have to trust a group of people or an individual. You could trust on the math, right? You could trust on the decentralized structure. But most of the cryptocurrencies that exist today, let me give you an example of all these exchanges. Now, for an exchange, it's the easiest thing to manipulate the Bitcoin price. Now, you might ask, how is that possible? Because if you see, a lot of these exchanges have their own tokens, right? They have, like, for example, Binance have BNB tokens, and there are many more exchanges. In India also, they have their own tokens. The problem here is this. Now, for them, it's the easiest thing to manipulate the Bitcoin price because their own token does not have any value, right? It is not decentralized. Now, I mean, now Binance is going to say that, okay, we are building up a blockchain technology, we are launching of the mainnet, but most of the exchanges that exist today, they have issued their own token, but there's no trust, there's no math. You still have to trust the central party, you still have to trust them. And the funny part is, those tokens can still be traded for Bitcoin. So it's very well possible for any exchange to sell out their tokens and buy Bitcoins, right? So all of a sudden, they did not have to put a US dollar. They did not have to put INR in order to get more Bitcoin. So that's the most scary part. And this is something that we have already seen in the past. If you saw the BitConnect, the BCC token or whatever, which has no value today, but BitConnect as a company, they were able to accumulate so much of Bitcoin with no real dollar, with no INR, right? What they actually did is they created the tokens out of thin air, and they convinced enough people to say that this token is worth anything, and those people bought it. And so they did not have to spend real money in order to get Bitcoin. And that is what most people into cryptocurrency space is going. And that is why this cryptocurrency space is so scary today. I would have been very happy, or I would have felt very secured if there was just one cryptocurrency, that is Bitcoin, right? Which exists today, and then it was only INR, US dollar, euro, Chinese yen, and then Bitcoin. just one cryptocurrency, but that's not really the case. There are so many cryptocurrencies. Some of them, of course, runs on a decentralized structure. Some of them, they do not run on decentralized structure. And the coin market shows you everything. They show you all the currencies which are centralized and which are decentralized as well. So on an exchange also, they are trading. I could trade. Understand? I could trade my own cryptocurrency which I created out of thin air on the exchange for Bitcoin. I mean, that's scary as hell. All I have to do is I have to just convince enough people that say that, you know, my this cryptocurrency is worth something, and people will buy it, and then there you have Bitcoin now. And convincing is not a difficult part today. Convincing people are able to convince that with so many mechanisms, right? And so this is a scary part, and this is something that I tweeted this morning. In the morning today, I tweeted this, that the fiat currency, the centralized fiat currencies, I would trust centralized fiat currencies over centralized cryptocurrencies. You know, the only reason I trust into cryptocurrencies more than the fiat currency is because with the cryptocurrencies, I have to trust the decentralized structure where no one person or individual controls it, and I have to trust the math. But with the fiat currency, I don't have to trust the math. I have to trust a group of people, maybe some government organization. But what if the same rule applies for the cryptocurrencies? Then I would rather go for the government organization like a fiat currency than a centralized cryptocurrencies. And so this is so manipulating. And now I actually see how Bitfinex was able to manipulate the price to $20,000 mark. Now, of course, people who bought it at that price, always remember, I mean, this is something that even I realized, that market manipulation is not only happening when there's a downtrend, when the prices are going down. The market manipulation is also happening when the market is going really up. But not many people talk about it when the price is going up, because everyone is happy that, okay, the adoption is happening, but that's not really the case. The market manipulation is possible in both the ways, when the market is going down and the market is going up. Now, and this is the fact that anyone can issue their own cryptocurrencies and can trade it on the exchange against Bitcoin makes this space very scary and highly manipulative. We have already seen the example of Bitfinex, billions of volume, billions of dollars already. Want to hear from you. What do you think about this opinion today? What do you think? Is this really happening? Is this what makes the cryptocurrencies more volatile, more manipulative? Would love to hear your opinion on this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.